can you describe, your feelings about the day overall? It must have been a pretty frustrating one for you.
No, not really. I mean, to be honest with you, July 1st is one of those days where we can all get carried away. And I look on my board here, and I look at our team, and we've got a good team. So sometimes this day you make some of the poorest decisions you make, and quite honestly, we didn't have to think it through that hard. We've got a couple guys here we're still looking at if we get them in the right range. One guy specifically. So there's still things you can do. We added a depth player today that up front that should help us. So we're obviously bringing Ray back. I think bringing Ray back was a move that we considered all along. He was an option for us, and I think his relationship with Steve Mason certainly played into it. And I think he's a good fit for us on a one-year deal.
Ron, you made a reference to Ray's relationship with Steve Mason. Do you think that's something that people underrate, the working relationship between the two goalies on the team?
Yeah, it's an important thing. I've been on teams that the goalies don't get along, and sometimes it can divide the team, and it's not a good working relationship. And I think with Ray and Mace getting along so well and kind of both knowing their roles, it's obviously worked well for us last year, and we expect the same thing this year.
Was there ever a point where Ray wasn't necessarily the guy that you had in mind?
Well, we had a couple guys in mind, and then it comes down to money. But I was very comfortable with Ray. If he was the only guy in the market, I'd have been comfortable with him. We know him. We know what he's all about. We know his work ethic. We know what type of team guy he is, and we felt very comfortable with him right from the start.
Actually, with Ray taking a pay cut, is that kind of indicative of him knowing what your cap situation is, and is that something you guys discussed with him?
I believe it is. They knew the position we were in, and it's tight for us. So I think, in trying to be fair with Ray, would we have liked to have a guy lower than that? Yeah, we would have. But that's kind of the market. I think Ray stretched down for us, and certainly we appreciate that. We tried to get him everything that we could, and tried to be fair and treat him with respect.
What role do you think that Rob Zepp can have in helping Anthony Stolarz in his first pro year? I mean, it's been a long time since Zepp has even played over in North America. He's a pretty veteran guy.
Yeah, well, he's really developed into a really good goaltender. We've seen him a couple of years at the World Championships and even over in Europe, and he's really developed. He's in his 30s. He's not a young guy anymore, but he's real hungry to come back over and give it a shot. And we felt like he was a real good fit with us, giving us the type of depth. And you think you'll never get into your third goalie, but you see situations where teams do, and it's a little bit unnerving. So we feel very comfortable with him if he's got to come up and play games for us. We're excited about it. We want to have a competitive team in the Lehigh Valley there, and Rob's going to be a big part of it. I think some of his knowledge, if in fact Anthony's there, and that's not a given. We'll kind of see how things work out through training camp, and if he needs playing time, we've got other options. But if we feel he can play in the American League and that's the best situation for him, I'm sure Rob will be a big help for him.